Hello everyone, welcome to Mentor Buddy. This is your mentor Akhil. Today we are going to discuss the question which is based on number theory. Now coming directly to the question first. The question says the sum of the father's age and his son's age is 100 years. Also, 1/10 of the product of their ages in years exceed the father age by 180. How old the son is. So we need to figure out the age of the son, and the respective options are 30, 60, 40 and 45. Now in order to solve these kind of question, we need to understand the basic concept of quadratic equation. Now coming directly to the concept of quadratic equation, the basic form of representing the quadratic equation is y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where x and y are the variables, and the basic graph of this quadratic equation is going to be somewhat like this, or is going to be somewhat like this. So this is known as, these two are known as the quadratic curves. Now let's say, considering this is one xy plane, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and this is going to be the origin. So in case we need to figure out how this curve is going to be plotted on xy plane, it'll be somewhat like this. So this is going to be the curve of the given equation, that is the quadratic equation. So another thing arises in the same, that what are going to be the roots of the equation. So what are the roots of the equation? So roots, what are roots? Basically the curve wherever it is going to intersect the x-axis, considering these are the 2 points where the curve is intersecting the x-axis, and let's represent them by alpha and beta. So this alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. So how we are going to represent them? So basically roots of the equation are those values of x where the curve is going to intersect the x-axis. So we can see here the curve is intersecting the x-axis. So these are going to be the roots of the equation. Now what are going to be the values? How we are going to calculate the values of the roots of this equation? So roots, which are basically the value of x, can be calculated to be as like minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. These are going to be the roots of the equation. This is one form which is going to help me to figure out the roots of the equation irrespective what sort of equation it is given. So we got to understand one simple thing over here, that these are the quadratic equation. Basic form is y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c. This is going to be the respective curve, and wherever the curve is going to intersect the x-axis are going to be the roots of the equation. So roots of the equation can be calculated to be as like minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now applying the same logic in the coming question. So the question says the sum of the father's age and his son's age is 100. So let's say this is the father. Let's say father present age is considered to be as f, and this is the son, and son present age, let's say, to be as s. We are representing father to be as f, and son to be as s. So the summation of their ages is given as f plus s to be as 100 years. Now further it says also 1/10 of the product of their ages. So 1/10 of the product of their ages is exceeding the father's age by 180. Exceeding the father's age by 180. So this is going to be father's age and exceeding by 180, so plus 180. Now further it says how old the son is. So we need to figure out the value of s. Now we can see the two equations are formed, and we have to solve this respectively and get the value of s. Okay, now let's say solving this second equation, it can be written as like fs is equals to 10f plus 1800. Now as we know, we need to figure out the value of s, so we'll write the value of f in terms of s in this equation. Let's say this is first equation and this is second equation. So from first equation I'm going to get the value of f. So f will be equals to 100 minus s, and framing this value of f in this second equation, so it will become s into 100 minus s is equals to 10 into 100 minus s plus 1800. Now solving this further, this can be written as like 100s minus s square is equals to 1000 minus 10s plus 1800. Now solving this, we can see one thing. This equation will become as s square minus 110s plus 2800 is equals to 0. So now we can see this equation which is formed is one quadratic equation. Now we have to solve this quadratic equation and get the value of s. Solving this, this can be written as like s minus 70s minus 40s plus 2800 is equals to 0. Taking s common, that will become, okay, this is s square, this will become s minus 70 minus, now taking 40 common, this will become s minus again 70 is equals to 0. Solving this, this will become s minus 40 dot s minus 70 is equals to 0. Now solving this, we are getting the two values of s to be as like 40 and 70. So one of them is going to be the correct answer, and that we can see is given an option. So option is 40. So in that case, the correct answer is going to be option number C, that is 40.